This is Fam Electric Ghost, and this episode is Trik Down Low in Subjection to Me, the Josephine Electric sadomasochist bondage groove. So what we did with this song is we did some sound design, and we've been alluding to it before, but this year there was a pop-up experience called the Moog House of Electronicus. And what they did, it says on their pamphlet, a PDF, it was an electronic pop-up and synth-guided exploration of power of sound. The Moog House of Electronicus was open to the public daily from January 24th to 30th in Chinatown, LA. Visitors had the opportunity to get hands-on with Moog synths and explore deeper dimensions of sonic experience through interactive sculptural synthesis installations, an immersive audio visualization system, and daily synthesizer workshops led by synthesist Banna Hoffa. So what we ended up doing, and we've been doing this before, is we did one of the patches previously. They created a 3 oscillator synth between the Moog Mother 32 and DFAM. But what we did last night is we went and were interested in how you could actually get a sine wave out of the Mother 32 and the DFAM, because the waveforms are not, there's no sine wave waveform. There's only squares and triangles. But by combining both of these synths, which I have in the Arturia 6U Eurorack solution, what I did is what the notes say is you can do VCO 1 and 2 on a DFAM can be adjusted to taste, and then we try to match the DFAM's VCOs with the frequency of the Mother 32. And basically what it does is it creates 3 squares and a sine wave. So it gives you a very powerful sound. And it's very percussive. When you're playing with it, you can get to like electric pianos, piano type sounds, bell sounds. It gets very, probably like more like West Coast synthesis because the sine waves involved. And it's really interesting. So I was very happy with that because I don't really have any synths that can do sine waves other than my simulated PCM sound waves off my Roland Juno GI. But there's an analog sine wave, which is very interesting, very percussive. On the bottom end, it made a really interesting bass. And when you slide it, you get this ring, which is pretty cool. It's even more distinctive than a square wave bass because it actually kind of cuts through. So this song is the idea of Josephine Electric being a dominatrix again in her fetish bondage grooves, where she's basically, she's always comparing herself to a Warren magazine cult classic comic character Vampirella, who is like totally sexed out kind of version of what Josephine would kind of be all about. And so Josephine's always kind of comparing herself to Vampirella or thinking she's better than Vampirella. And then part of her vibe is that she's a psychic vampire because Josephine's a ghost. So she's like comparing herself to an actual vampire, but she's a psychic vampire because she's a ghost. She pulls like psychic energy off of people. She can pull their energy and put them against them or control them, through telekinesis. That's her thing. She's ethereal and immaterial and material. So she can physically be on the street, and she basically is saying people should be in subjection to her. They shouldn't pay attention to Vampirella, that she's the one that should get the trick down low in subjection to her. And that's what the whole song's about. It's got a lot of noise in it because we're using Arturia Mini Brute 2S, so we've got the noise oscillator on. So if people are wondering what the noise is, there's some white noise in the background that we purposely had there to get some of the percussive nature of the synth going on. There's the percussive envelope, the looping envelope on the Arturia Mini Brute 2S that we're using as well. So then we're controlling this 3 squares and a sine wave with the MIDI on the Juno GI giving us the 61 key bed. And then when we switch it over to a keytar. What's cool, we've talked about before, is the MIDI signal from the DFAM and the Moog Mother 32 still come in. And then note for note get applied with the polyphonic sound of the keytar. So it allows you to have this sine wave sound happening. So you'll hear sine wave notes happening simultaneously with the keytar. And then it just amplifies the sound and makes it even more unique. And when we go to do pitch bend wheels to get really guitar type behavior and a little more oomph than a digital synth. So it gives more power to the Roland, which has allowed us to use our Roland. You know, this is a 2008 Roland. We are thinking of moving onto either a Phantom or getting something like the UDO Super 6, which we talked about yesterday, or the Jupiter X. You know, we kind of bouncing around. But then again, like if you guys like what you hear and you want to be part of this program, it'd be cool if you go to our Patreon and you support us there, or you can support us here with our segments. We have a lot of people listening, over 20,000 people listen, but no one's actually thought to actually donate. If you could donate at a minimum of 99 cents, and then you could just do it for 1 month. If we had everybody do that, we could actually go buy a Moog 1. So that's where we're kind of asking, you know, this is one thing we've talked about before. Musicians, people somehow think music is just free, and it's cool that we can put it out there. But, you know, musicians, we need to buy gear so you can hear what we're doing. And we interview artists all around the world, and we don't charge them. We are sponsored in some cases, but we don't make massive amounts of money. This year, we only made about $300 from this program. So if you want to help us out so we can get to doing shows in New York and be able to continue to interview artists from around the world, please become a supporter of the podcast. You can do it again at 99 cents a month, $4.99 or $9.99. You can also become a sponsor of the program, where you could get on a sponsor program level, and there's different levels for that. So if you could do that, that'd be great. If you can go to our Patreon, that'd be great. If you can go to our links on Apple Music and Amazon and actually download and purchase our music, that would be very helpful. So if you're a Ghost fan and you really want to show us that you really love the Ghost, please go to iTunes or Amazon and buy a record. Amazon.com right now, you can get The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in the Tomb and get a physical CD from the Ghost. We also have a book of poetry that we can provide people if they get on Patreon, become a Patreon supporter. That would be great. So check it out. We don't like to bother people with these things, but, you know, it'd be good if you could do that. You can send us a voice memo if you want to chat with us with ideas for a show and come on the show. If you're a band, we can put you on the show and interview. So check us out. We'll talk to you later.
subjection to me, subjection to me. Told your boy to get down on the street, get down on the street. Subjection to me, subjection to me. God, get what I need, what I need. Paparazzi, not the only one I need. Paparazzi, not the only one who needs to be. Paparazzi, not the only one stuck in the ideology, stuck in the ideology. You better feel